Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roll Hit Die Presents our Wednesday night game of TORGanized play. Before I hand this off to Jim for tonight, I have a few comments and announcements to pretty much make. First of all, if you're watching us on Twitch, down below you'll notice in our bio there is a link to Extra Life. Click on that, it takes you to their website, that allows you to give to the Children's Miracle Network as well as the children's hospitals whenever you can and when you'd like to throughout the year. Also down there you'll notice a link to a website, our Roll Hit Die website. Marcus Scott, one of our players on our other games, has been working diligently on the website to give you an idea of our players, our characters, and some of the games we run, as well as a shop that you can get different, I believe, is different kind of swag to use to support our show itself, whether it be the Roll Hit Die emblem you saw at the very beginning of the screen before we came live, or other things like our Vampire Masquerade or Army Corps. You can check on the website and see what you'd like to try. If you're also watching us on Twitch, down below next to our chat line, you'll see a little bubble. We call it a chaos bubble. It allows you to collect points the longer you watch our programs. Those points can be spent on our 5th edition games to cause more chaos in already chaotic games, like with advantage and disadvantage and so forth. So click on that, collect those points, and spend them on our 5th edition game nights. Let's see. Mark and Lehman, you have something you'd like to add for tonight?
Yes. Go either on YouTube, Ulysses International, or go to your favorite podcast place to pick those up and check us out at the Torg Eternity Delphi Council debriefings. We usually, each episode is about an hour where we talk about some aspect of Torg Eternity. We just wrapped up, I believe it was how to make the game your own. So a lot of various thoughts and options, both story-wise and rule-wise, to get every table kind of thinking about how to make their Torg experience the best that they can for themselves. And as a hint, next week should be doing, we'll start perks, and we'll talk about the abomination category of perks. So you've heard it first here.
Woo! Alright, so I'll go ahead and hand this off to Jim. He can jump us into tonight's episode of TORGanized Play.
Right, so last week, you guys finally found the acorn, but unfortunately when you got there, the giant was standing over, or basically standing over Ignarda's body on the ground. You all ran to her rescue and fought off the giant as well as another clan of Vikings. You were able to take the acorn, and after the battle, you had a discussion with Ignarta, and basically you guys decided that you would allow her to take the acorn since she had gotten there first, and that way she could bring it back to her tribe so that her tribe would not have to continue burying her dead in the way that it was being demanded and putting such a strain upon her people. You came back. Her clan was very excited and celebratory, and at that you were told that the thing was over, so you were headed back to your boats, and that is where you found Trophistar Biani, waiting for you, and said, well, now that the thing's over, it's time for you all to die. And he came along with some of his clanmates, as well as some new faces that you guys had not seen, standing behind a group of howlers that you have seen before. So that is where we are starting. And Tanner, you already rolled your reality.
So we get cards
just
from the bad guys?
Yes, you do. I will send them out now. Berserker and...
Go ahead, Lehman. He said Berserker.
You're muted.
My love for you is like a truck berserker.
We have no stats on...
Would you like to making berserker?
The howlers that cannot be intimidated.
There's no stats, by the way, on Yanni or whatever his name is.
Did it do the thing again?
Yeah, it's on the... I can fix that for you, Jim.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I'd fixed it last week, but it may not have saved.
Excuse me.
It's on the line below.
Yep.
It's not letting me. Copy image.
You don't have permission.
No, it's not reading it as a web page to copy paste. Copy image address. Let's see if I can make that. I got it.
Did you? Okay.
I think I do. Yep.
Okay, because I did something in there too, so I don't know if you're doubling up or not.
Nope, I figured it out.
Excellent.
All right. In which case, we shall begin. Dislike that my drama deck moves around every time I log in. All right. Surf's up, and this will be, should be, I think, just confirm. Yeah, it is still just going to be standard. So.
That's helpful.
Yep. Well, none of them have dread. We are, however, in a pure zone, as you are in the middle of their spot. So, villains will go first, and then the heroes will flurry. Any character with a social axiom of 17 or higher must roll to avoid disconnection, as if a surge occurred.
Okay.
Rolled both
You
of
want us to do that on our
Yeah, you'll do that on your. That's fine. I
Sorry.
see that Rod already rolled his, but you can do it on your turn. Cool.
Okay.
All right.
We rolling reality on that, or just a D20 like a surge?
It's an
It's
extra,
as if a surge.
and then the
Okay.
card also has surge, so you might get to surge twice.
Well, we're not dramatic, so.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind. Ooh, flurry. That's better.
I'll take second in flurry over first in a surge.
Are you a roam runner?
No.
You're just saying which he prefers on the card.
Darby is not a roamer, he's a wheelman.
What am I approved? Intimidate and taunt. Oh,
Good and roll mine.
that's helpful.
Grab it.
The non-intimidatable things. Don't we have several people with grenades? These guys are clustered up pretty good.
Yes, I have several.
All right. So I have good news for you there, Robert. You've been wanting somebody who has some of these abilities. So you found one. So Trophostar is going to yell at all of you. And he is going to attempt to intimidate all of you.
I never said I wanted these people.
You know what? We are going to spend one to boost.
To intimidate?
Yes.
Hmm.
Who's intimidating?
Trophostar.
After Biani. Yeah, you know what? Go for it. Have fun.
Could be one of those guys that takes cards from us if he does.
Yeah, but
Sure, but most of us on a 13 have already failed.
Fair. Oof. Now all of us have failed. I
Yep.
don't care who you are.
An outstanding.
All right. So, yes, Chaplain, that's outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Darby, I'm assuming.
That would be the
For
Pashad.
Tanner, it's
Yes.
outstanding.
Okay.
And Borya as well.
and Lucusus.
Outstanding.
All right. Well, then you all can be very vulnerable. And let's see, Rod, you have 5 cards.
Hold
Yeah.
ya.
You sure, but there was nothing I could do. The minute that he went for it, it was going to happen. But I have a 13, and so does Borya, which is what he had hit.
Yeah, but I don't think he gets to pull a card unless he gets to a certain
Oh.
level of success.
Basic
All right,
look.
so I'll take that 3rd card, Rod. So that's
The
that
drama.
Yep.
Ooh, that hurts.
Yep, it does.
All right. Darby, I will take your 5th card. So that...
2, 3, 4. Oh, that sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, if I succeeded, I was getting cards.
Yep. So he already had.
Ah, all right.
So you just
Whatever.
want me to throw the flurry out?
I'm randomly rolling, so it's
Okay. I see.
So Robert, it's your alertness. It's just I happen to be rolling the best cards so far for people.
Yeah, he is.
Alertness is the best card. And I wouldn't have considered the drama the best card either. It's good.
Yeah, Dan, also your alertness.
There you go.
And
By the way, Robert, did you play your beats?
Yes,
your
I
second
have 2
wind,
flips. I did it before last game, right before we left into the last game.
All right, and that is the 3rd card. Oh, that's the Seize Initiative from over there. All right.
Oh, yeah. Either we got hands loaded up with a bunch of great stuff, or you got really lucky and hit a bunch of stuff.
No, we've been cherry
Couple
picking
alerts
for a
and stuff.
while.
Yeah. You've been going through this act and cherry picking for a bit, but
Okay.
all right. And at that, all right, I'm just gonna move some people. Here, these 3 berserkers are gonna come after you.
Oh, I should go on and say that during this part of my flurry, I am going to defend.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll your defense.
Yay! I got a +1.
Those 3 will come after Mercutius. And those 3.
You know, Jim,
Uh-huh.
I really don't want to get hit this round, so I am going to spend a possibility on that.
Okay.
Because, I'm tired of rolling 1 minimum. That's a little bit better.
We're just going to make it easier on myself, and we're just going to go groups of 4. Which is +3. So, let's see. This one is on Mercutius.
Miss.
Yeah, I figured that. Borea, 19.
On Boria,
Yep.
his defenses are currently 4 lower.
Oh, right.
So-
I didn't. So, yeah.
Yeah,
didn't
so
have
that's
that.
going to be 1 off of outstanding.
They will just take the good. It's only a 15 on Borea.
Yeah, he'll take the shock. And I believe that stymies him as well.
Yep. And then on Pierre, has a 17 total.
Standard.
That is going to be 14 points of damage and stymied.
Okay.
I think Darby's taking a page out of Tanner's book in defending.
Okay. Because, yes, they are going to break off into groups over here as well. So, actually, so these guys do not get into melee with you, by the way. They're pulling out their bows and shooting at you. I'm just keeping them close to you so that you know who's
Which
firing.
ones are shooting at us?
Correct. All right, so Tanner, how is a 18 versus your dodge, since you're very vulnerable?
Well, that's going to be outstanding.
So
19 points of damage.
Okay. I'm gonna have to try my reality.
All right. And Darby, I'm assuming that a 9 is going to miss you.
A 9 is going to miss me. Yay, I defended.
Oh,
And-
I think I made it.
Yes,
do you remember your +4?
I did. That's why it was only a 9. Or that's why
I
it was
rolled a 5.
Yeah. Chaplain has a 23 against you.
Assuming you have the +4 on there,
I do.
that is outstanding.
Otherwise, it's an outstanding.
22, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to end up soaking. I'll drop the possibility in a moment because that was 2 wounds that I did not wish to have. Here you go. I put it up in the giant armpit.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I had counted how many were up there before, but I wanted to count again afterwards to see. All right. Well, and then I have him.
You know what? I'm going to get my 2 D20 rolls out of the way since I defended. I did not disconnect, either for social reasons or surge reasons.
Well, there's not a surgery.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
But all right. So Boria and Pierre, you guys look like the strongest two. So he comes over to both of you. And he all out attacks you. So I am just going to put both bonuses in there. All right. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Pierre, how's a 23?
That is a good success.
Okay, and how is that against Boria?
Oh, Boria. Sorry, that's me. Give me the number again.
23.
That's outstanding.
All right. So, Boria, you can have 21. And Pierce, you said it was good or outstanding?
Good.
He's got mend, so I think I'll let that go through.
All right. Pierre, you 19 to you.
Okay.
Yeah, but
And
mend takes a
then-
while to use, does it not?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. After he's done all out attacking you, he literally shakes it off and seems to be no longer very vulnerable.
Soak.
Looks like.
Pierre.
Are they under the card that I can't see? Yeah, okay.
I think it was
Leave them here.
Apparently there's some issues here. My Zoom keeps freezing up. Looks like we got some weather moving in, I guess.
well. Hopefully, you do not get the shock that Robert once got.
I don't
Yes.
I don't wear a headset.
All right, now you all may go.
Before we go, how close are these groups over here together?
So Boria and Pierre are near enough to each other that he was able to whirlwind between Boria and Pierre, so they are kind of surrounding them. If you're looking for the ones that were around you and Boria, they're probably close enough to. I mean, are you looking for like a medium blast? Like, what are you looking for?
I have a large blast for this, and I want to make sure I get just enemies, not friendlies.
Oh, well, those guys here are in people's faces. The howlers are backed off from
Yeah, I
people
don't think the
because they're
howlers-
shooting bows.
I don't think a howler's going to be affected by it. All right.
The only Trophostar did not engage in melee because he just intimidated you guys from a distance.
All right, so Boyer's surrounded by this big guy here and 4 others. I'm going to hit that area with a fear.
I mean, he's close, but he's not in melee. Okay.
And I will take, what is it, vulnerable or very vulnerable to move away from these guys?
You are very vulnerable at the moment, so it would be vulnerable to move away
But I
because your very vulnerable is going to end at the end of your turn.
All right. Well, I just want to walk over to Boyer and slap him on the shoulder.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast haste.
When?
On,
Oh, okay.
I'm going to cast haste on him and fear on. Way back. There he goes.
You got to keep moving, Dan, or we'll think you stopped breathing.
Well, I did stop. That's the problem. How's an 11 look against? Yep, I'm having issues here. Against their will spirit.
Against his willpower, it's 1 shy.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna spend a possibility. Close out, damn it. There you go. Last roll was a 3. Definitely gonna re-roll that shit. There we go, 25. So the haste, he is outstanding. For the next minute, you can ignore 4 points of multi-action penalties for Boya. And as far as... Am I frozen again?
Which is, what, 4?
So apparently, yes, I was frozen again.
You were.
Yes, 4
Okay.
points for 1 minute.
What is this doing to your stream anyway? Like when you freeze, does everyone freeze?
Yeah, everything freezes.
That's a shame.
Anyway, fear finally came up. Against their will spirit for 25 is going to be what? God damn it.
Sorry, I was muted. Outstanding.
Okay. So, and what about this guy? Big guy.
Trophies. Oh, and there's. That is also outstanding.
Alright, well, they can all be very stymied and have 2 shock. I think that'll end my turn. Oh, that turn.
So you said Boria right now is ignoring 4 points of multi penalties? Okay. So I think he's going to slap himself with a slap patch to get rid of the wound at the same time that he is going to telekinetically strike. And because, it's always good to prepare. What's the duration on that one?
3 rounds.
3 rounds, okay. And, well, may as well go ahead and punch a guy in front of him as well, because there's no penalty for it.
Okay. One of the berserkers or the big guy?
Now we'll start trying to take out the berserkers. The big guy is Trofaster, right?
No, the big guy is Gunnarsson. Trofaster stayed back a little bit.
You got the lieutenant.
Okay, then, so for -4, that's doing 3 things. So he'll punch the big guy, he'll punch a Viking, and he'll cast the thing, because does the slap patch count as an action?
No, it's simple, isn't it?
I thought so.
But the haste does not get rid of multi-targeting. It gets just rid of multi-actioning.
I thought it did both.
No,
I've never taken it on anyone.
Just action.
Yeah,
So
it specifically lists multi-action.
Okay. Then instead, he will taunt the big guy, punch the berserkers, and cast his psionic ability.
Check. That's all free.
Yep. So I'm going to do this with the telekinetic strike, and that is kinesis. 15. His punching is going to be at a -2, and I said he was taunting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for intimidate instead.
Okay.
That is also approved.
Yep.
Because his intimidate is only a -2. So we'll throw those numbers up there. He's already got the stymied and the wounded built in. So a 12 is going to be a standard for the strike.
Okay.
I think that's going to be intimidating. That doesn't get there. Nope, that doesn't get there. And I doubt that Right, because it goes to a 10. I doubt a 10 hits a berserker.
10 does not hit a berserker.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's no point in putting a possibility on it when he has 3 points of penalties. That won't be there when he goes to flurry.
Noted. Although, and that was successful on the strike, so you're not going to take any shock.
Correct.
So, okay.
But the wound went away. But a slap patch wouldn't help with shock anyway.
Nope.
Right? It doesn't help with shock, right? No.
All right.
All right.
So it's Boria that went, as well as. Okay. Next.
I'll go ahead and all-out attack against 2 of these berserkers.
Okay.
Got stymied, clipped, and then +4 for all-out attack, and I have whirlwind. So. Ugh, okay, at least I don't disconnect.
No, it's waiting for Robert.
Thank you. Cheers.
Hey, somebody's got to take my place when I'm running, right?
I know.
Which, since I want to disconnect next book, I'm never going to do it, right? We're just going to be clear about that now. It's going to be 7 acts, and Jim will be never below a 4.
And you just cursed yourself.
I know.
And I'm going to try to always boost your spirit so that you're more likely to reconnect.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
It didn't. I'm still having problems with the little. It's not reading my token for some reason.
Weird.
Where is your token?
It considered the last roll at 12. It didn't even ask me to enter that.
Yeah, I have something weird on the turn order that has
Do you mind if I take a look at something on it, Lehman?
Go ahead.
See right here, it's saying use tokens for roll tracking. That should usually be, I think, unchecked.
Yep.
I think the damage asking for toughness is a separate thing.
Where are you even seeing that option?
It's the little gear up in the.
Yeah, when you
upper
click
right.
the gears.
Underneath the clearance level.
Okay, so we'll see
Try
how
that.
that goes. I do the possibility on this one. Last roll 2. There we go. Okay, that's what it was.
And my guess is I had turned off the asking.
You turned off the damage.
I did. And when you went to turn it back on, I think you clicked it too.
Okay.
Where is that? What drop down is that in?
I'll show you on your sheet while Lehman takes his turn.
It's on my sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't on my sheet.
So.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
All right, so a 16 versus them is a good.
Versus the first one. And the toughness is 11. I guess that's not armor because they're berserkers.
They do have a point of armor, actually.
Oh, okay. And effectively
Everybody's
still
got
a
something.
9. So that would be the same result.
Okay.
Second one. But one of those is a 1, or it is a 1, so I get to attempt that again. And did the same thing. So
They
each
both,
take a wound, and I believe they have more. So
yes, they both seem to get extra angry.
yep.
Those are the berserkers, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Berserkers don't have any sort of shields, right?
No, they are wielding a great axe in 2 hands.
And a limited amount of armor.
Yes, they seem to be wearing some animal hide.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do with Spook.
Intimidate or taunt?
Yeah, I mean, he can also zap them.
Spoot them.
So, why doesn't he try zapping one? See what that does.
Bzz.
How does a 17 look against...
I'm assuming it's against dodge, since it's going to ignore shields.
Yeah, it's an energy weapons attack.
Okay, so that is good. 2 points off of outstanding.
I don't know the toughness.
Cool.
No. That does not include...
Okay. I see what you did. Okay. Check. Toughness is a 9, so that is a difference of 7. So that is a wound and shock.
Yeah.
All right, that makes it slightly better. Oh, that's fine. All right. He seems to get extra angry. All right. Spooked.
Took out his angry eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I have a spell going right now, but I'm not sure what it is.
You wouldn't have a spell because we just started a fight, so it would have gone down.
What are these tokens that are on me? The markers? Nothing? They old?
They may be old.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you guys are that.
Yes, they are, Michael John.
Michael John just came to say goodnight, I think.
Yeah, I did come to say.
I have to go, by the way, I have to step away in about 5 minutes to go pick up my son from work.
Oh,
Sorry.
All right, so I am currently not wounded, not stymied. I guess I am trying to figure out who my primary target is. But my Roll20 is being really, really weird this evening.
Well, Mark, if you're going to have to go in a second, do you want to take a turn real quick while
Well,
Rod is thinking about
so
his
I'm
turn?
gonna have to take my flurry turn. I mean, I'm trying to
Oh, fair.
formulate
That's
what
fine.
my flurry turn will
I
be.
did
So when
forget.
I get that put together, I'll run that through
Okay.
the Roll20 and then
Yep.
step away.
I think I am just going to try to choke Trofaster.
Okay.
We'll start with that. That is against his will mind.
That is a...
And you're doing that against Trophestar?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not vulnerable or anything, I don't think, right?
He's not, so that is currently a good.
That's why I put that possibility down up there.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. I clicked the wrong thing. Possibility 0, 7. Oh, well, if 14 was good, that should be outstanding.
Yeah.
So, Strangle is 4 shock, and he's stymied. And I am now concentrating.
Okay. All right, then you guys can go ahead and put cards into your pool and begin your vulnerable turn. Your flurry turns.
Let me run this real quick for Darby then, so that I can go get my son. I'm going to shoot all 4 of those guys, the Howlers, because you said they're using bows, so they're not engaged, right?
Correct. Yep.
All right. I'm gonna use my Chanyokai at -6. Submit. That should be a good hit.
It is, in fact.
So my minimum damage is 14 AP2, 15 AP2.
That is enough.
Yeah, I figured it would be. All right. Yeah, that's all of me. I'll be back in a little bit, guys.
All right.
And I'm coming over to ask for Darby's protection.
Yeah, if I need to bodyguard, I can bodyguard Chaplain, and I got the rabbit's foot to be favored in my reality roll if I have to.
Do me a favor, Mark. Just leave your camera on.
Oh yeah, I'll leave it on.
Okay.
And roll willpower while you're walking away, because the DN will be determined later, but it's going to come because you killed 4.
Oh!
All right, check.
Did anybody pull a second chance?
You're just gonna end up what, like very stymied, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go. I'll help you out with that. You're welcome.
I got it. I got one. I don't know that I would have probably pulled up the opponent fails. So whatever. All
Yeah,
right,
but
I'm walking away. Huh?
That's you rolling. You can't opponent fails when you roll.
Yeah, I know. But my point is, I didn't pull my card before I did all of that,
Yeah.
and I got a second chance in my hand, and I can't just say, oh well, I pulled it. So I probably would have pulled an opponent fails, and so
Be
I'm
careful.
bummed. All right, I'll be back.
Okay.
Is everybody up to the flurry now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, since Darby's going to be helping people, I will come over here and standing behind him. I will concentrate so Trafester can have another 4. And I think on the lieutenant, I'm going to try to choke him as well.
Oh, I'm going to try to control him.
Okay. So you're saying, hey, leave him alone.
Leave him alone because I was going to get him to go kill the other guy.
Okay.
Trophistar.
All right. Well, then one of these guys who's by himself, I will just shoot him with some lightning.
Okay.
There is a -2 because of the concentration.
Yep.
And I don't want to have to concentrate. So there's the possibility into your stack. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry, couldn't get to the mute. 14.
Is it good?
Much. Okay. Well, then he can have, that's awful. 17 AP4.
Which is a wound.
You know what? I already rolled the damage. Never mind. I was about to say I should have pulled one of the tech types out of there. But I keep forgetting about them. All right. I wanted to get the chaplain out of the way so that I have time to figure out what Bory is going to do.
Understood.
Although I guess he already went, so this has gone away. Spoot can... what is Spoot really good at? What is he? Maneuver? Yeah. He'll maneuver the one that's wounded.
Okay.
Try to make him vulnerable. 11? Probably not.
That is a success.
So you can be vulnerable.
Okay.
So Borya is going to punch the wounded guy.
Mm-hmm.
He has to do 2 other things at the same time. So let me think about that. I'll let someone go while I figure that out.
Well, Lacusis
Okay.
is going to.
Oh, go on.
I'll say I'm just going to haste myself, and since I moved away from this group of guys here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hit them with the stun.
Okay.
That's right, because I haven't done that yet. Okay, let's see. That'll give me 2 points for a minute, but against their will spirit, who was that? That's Berserkers, right?
Yep, you are 1 point off outstanding.
Let's see, what did I... Nope, that's not what I put in. Alright, so I will... You know what? Forget it. I have it. I'll put it out there. Okay. For some reason it moved. Last roll was a 12. There we go. Outstanding all around. So for the stunned, let's see. They are very stymied, can't move their turn. Matter of fact, they lose their entire turn.
Yep. Where'd you drop the possibility? Is it up in the pile?
It's right here. Underneath
Okay.
his arm, or right there it is, Krickov's arm.
Yep. Check.
The armpit can be the possibility of discarded place.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Tanner is going to try to mind control Stalker Gunnarsson.
Okay.
And after that, the drone... you gave me this ability, and I don't know if I roll at the same time or if it's two different things. My drone is going to use Bullet against the group over here. So I don't know if I roll twice since it's my drone, or if it's me and my drone all in one roll.
I would say roll separately for it. It just uses your skill.
Yeah, and I can use my possibilities for it.
Right.
So, okay, so I'm going to start the mind control.
It is going to be, in fact, resisted. Or, sorry, a
Oh, yeah.
contest. If that
Okay.
wasn't clear enough.
Oh, no, I understood. And I am giving you a possibility. And I'll put my possibilities over by me so that I can make this a little bit better. Okay, so a 27.
Nice possibility.
Yes, that was a very nice possibility. And then my drone is going to try to hit all 4 of those guys, so it's -6 if I remember correctly.
Yes. All right. And that's a will
Okay.
mind, right? That I'm resisting?
Yeah,
with?
that's a will mind. I'll let you do that before I do the bullet.
I don't have anything in there, do I?
Each round he's going to have to resist, or he can try to break free, but his roll will be a 20 to try to break free.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. I'm still going to go on and use one of my possibilities for this. And so that is a 15 against their dodge, so it's just standard. So the damage will be a 13 for each of them. So
Okay. They're going to take some
it's
points.
just shock.
Yep.
Hey, look, it's the best I can do right now. And I am moving over, so I am also over by Darby.
Darby, protect us all.
Yeah.
All right. Pierre or Boria?
Yep. So Boria, ugh, that's pretty terrible. I'll give you one of these because I guess I should put it here so it doesn't vanish. No modifier. Base roll is terrible 7. All right. So we are looking at punching, relieving pain, and intimidating. So this guy has a 17 to hit.
Which is going to be good.
That is what we wanted to hear. Ugh. He does not have a perk that impacts that, right? Nope. So 18 damage to that guy.
That's the wounded guy, though. He goes down.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed hey, he just took a wound and he seems unhappy about it. Let's try to finish him off.
Yeah.
The relieve pain is a standard. So everyone within 5 meters can recover 2 shock. Which is probably most of us if I had to get.
Because you guys were walking towards the boat. This is a pretty crowded dock at the moment.
Yeah. And the intimidate and one of these other guys is only a 17.
Which is a standard.
Let's make him stymied since he's done now.
Okay.
And I think that will be Boria's done.
And then Pierre.
Yes, I will attack the same 2.
Okay.
Not all out attacking, just normal.
Aw.
Is that a good?
That is good.
I will keep the good.
All right. That will take out both of them. All right. Then you all can pull cards after your flurry round.
Woohoo!
There we go. Spellbound. Any magic skill may be attempted as an interaction. The target is the defender's trick. Trick is approved. Heroes go first and flurry. I mean, did you guys set the deck before we played?
Yeah, but wait, there's more. I think Boria's Mana Surge should get used now. Magic skills become favored for the next 3 rounds.
Okay.
Woohoo!
That seems pretty good, right? With that spellbound.
Yeah.
Did you control this guy?
Yes, I did. Very effectively.
When did we have to do the thing for their howl?
Oh, now. Sorry. Well, willpower, DN is 12. Thank you. I had forgotten. All right.
I am fine.
And we become very stymied if we fail.
Boria's fine. Moth is not. It's just very stymied, Jim.
Yes, very stymied. I was just confirming that as raised now. All right, so it looks like
Excuse is failed.
Boria, Chaplain, and that's it. Are fine?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you guys can go.
I'm going to try something.
Okay.
Because I don't think the Howlers, from what we saw previously, have wounds. Do I recall them having lots of wounds?
You do not. I mean, that Chenyoki, I just tore through him pretty quick.
Yeah. So there's 4 of them here. I am going to try some apportation as a trick.
Okay.
Basically, maybe the equivalent of, picking them up and throwing them away. Your call.
Understood.
I don't know. I'm wondering right now if I got to look at the table tent. So the law of magic lets you take shock to use the skill, whether you're casting or not. So I think I'm going to. No, well, first let me concentrate. So that Trofaster can enjoy 4 points and stymied. And I'm going to take some shock. So I'm going to do this to. I'll take 3 points to give me a
Chooses
plus
not to
3.
take the 4 points of shock this round.
He ignored it or he soaked it?
He soaked it. That's why he chose not to take it this round.
Gotcha. Okay. Gonna be favored. I'm gonna go for what? 0, 2, 4, 6. Should I go for a 6? It's a -3, so I will because of we're favored, and it might basically get them to run away. Now, if they run away, I don't know that they would howl, right, Jim?
No, they seem to howl when
they
friends
get killed.
die. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I mean, technically, it's still taking them out, but it's not killing them. That's why I'm asking, because then I feel like it's worth it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Or they may die somewhere far enough away that you don't hear the howl.
Right. So against their trick, I have a 14 for that group of 4. Oof! Now I gotta put something on it.
You are a point off of outstanding.
Only a point?
Only a point.
Their trick is a 4?
Their trick is a 5, which is why you're a point off.
Anyone have a supporter or a basic bonus to trade?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was looking in the wrong spot. You're right.
Okay.
Their trick is
okay.
So you're a point off of good.
Yeah, but doing some math here. If I get to a 24, that gets +8 off the modifier. I think that should. Damn it. No. Oh, no, a 10, you say.
A 10,
that should be outstanding. So these 4 here can just FRO as far as I'm concerned with some apportation.
That's fine. They think they see someone. They see that they see their targets farther along the road, basically. Yep. So they kind of run off after them into the Viking city. Here's some small howls much later on.
Yeah. That I don't think that technically counts as a trick, so I don't think it draws me in. And then, since I gave myself shock, I have to concentrate, and I do.
So, I do have some bad news for you, though. While you were on the docks and trying to do all this apportation and whatever...
Uh-oh. The trap card finally goes off?
Yeah, you must have, stepped on a plank wrong or something, because the wood just broke right through and just shredded your leg as it was going through for 3 wounds.
For 3, you say, huh?
I do. And then...
I want to take 3. I'm down to 8 possibilities. I do not think I want to take 3. 3's a lot. I will not take the 3.
And then Tanner, Tanner's going to get some possibilities.
You're welcome.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for your pain.
I'm going to try using the apportation. I won't do 4 next time, but I'm going to do some more and try to get rid of them that way, because I feel that was nice and effective.
All right, Tanner, yours are up there by the trap card.
Got it.
I am done.
And I still have the 2 that I can give to anyone.
Correct.
Am I dead yet?
Down.
Nope, not yet.
Yes.
We're working on it.
Okay. I am going to utilize my conjuration to create illusions around Tokar. I know he has a high trick, but I'm going to try to make him vulnerable, and with these lovely extra possibilities, hopefully it will help. So Oh, that's actually a decent roll.
You were stymied, right? Very stymied.
Dang it, yes, you're right. So that's a 13. I completely forgot.
No worries.
So I am now going to, since I only have idle possibilities left, I will do this as an up. I forgot to put it in my character sheet.
Don't you still have 2 for the storyteller up top that
Yeah.
are regular?
Yeah. But I'm just going to go in and use the idle one. And last roll was 14. So that's a 22. So I have a good result on my whatchamacallit, trick. So I'm making him very vulnerable as I order the Stalker Gronison, or whatever his name is,
Gunnarsson.
to go and kill him.
All right. Which
Don't
is
kill
what
your boss.
Yeah.
he will attempt to do.
And make, since it's before 9 o'clock, make some obscene comment about his preferred position.
All right. You made me very vulnerable. So, Stalker hit.
Ooh, Stalker hit well.
Yes, he did with a good.
Oh wait, with just a good, because he's at doesn't Thorspar have only a 14 defense right now? Oh, you put it in there. Put it in there.
Yeah, I put the +4
Sorry.
in, so no worries.
So good success is nice because I'm
Hope
sure this
springs
guy does
eternal.
hellish damage.
I should have a second card pool, shouldn't I?
You should.
Ooh, but now that stymie goes away.
So Troph Star, seeing the Stalker run at him, pulls a minion in.
I had a feeling.
Splat.
No, actually, the minion just takes the wound.
A 25 with the axe was just a wound? Wow.
Well, it was 20 damage.
Wow, yeah. 1 point away from 2 wounds. Okay.
Yep. All right, so that was Chaplain and Tanner. So next up,
What's approved actions?
Trick. And magic skills are currently favored for the next 3 rounds and can be attempted as a interaction this round if you wish.
Could I go against that one and that one?
Yep.
Okay, so that's what I will do. I will add an up to that. Put it up in his armpit. Good.
Yes, good. 1 point off the outstanding.
Nice. And that one makes him mad.
Yep. All right. Locucius, Darby, or Boria?
Is Trophistar back there all by himself with those two guys?
So you saw Stalker gonna start run at him, and there are other minions close to them to Trophistar, but not.
But he's
Like-
not engaged in melee with one of us.
Correct. Yeah, Trophistar is engaged in melee with the Stalker Gunnarsson, but that is it.
And we still don't know what his stats are.
Yeah, they're all.
And we have trophy stars.
You should
They're
be able
also-
to see it now.
There are also 4 lurkers still over here.
I can take care of them if you want,
Okay.
because we're gonna flurry in a minute, and I can get rid of them without them howling.
That,
What
that
happened
sounds
to-
fine to me.
Yeah, what happened to Darby for the one on his
You're very stymied at the moment.
very stymied? Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. I had to reopen it. I'm very stymied at the moment. Oh, that solves my problem right there. But oh, those 4 guys are over there by themselves. Oh, I didn't see them. They were under the turn order.
Yeah, but I can take care of them without them howling,
I was gonna
Mark.
take care of them.
Chaplain
Oh.
tricked 4 others, and they ran away.
Oh, I just shoot them and they die. And I guess they
Yeah.
howl when they die, and everybody has to
Yeah.
roll.
Yep.
Huh. Are those berserkers over there not engaged in melee?
These right here are.
These 4 are not at the moment. They were on Locucius, but he stepped away and then stunned them, so they didn't get back.
I will shoot at 2 of them.
I assume you would include the one who's currently wounded.
Absolutely.
Unless you just want me to have fun and just wound all of them, 17 is a good success, 2 points off outstanding.
That is going to. I got to get 2 wounds to take them out, right?
Yes.
Probably gonna get the 1. We'll roll with good and see how we do.
right.
So this is AP 2,
Yep, so you're going against toughness 8.
8.
Yep. Wounded one first.
Well, he's gone.
Yep. And the other guy?
And he's gone.
All right.
That's Darby. I'll be right back.
So, Locucius or Boria?
Eustace is going to. Let's see. I'm going to enhance my strength, punch these 2, and I will diminish this guy's spirit. Yeah. Did I put it in? Give me a second, because I will spend a possibility, because I don't like the way that rolled. Last roll was only a 2. That sucked. Alright, so 15. So let's see. 15 would be outstanding, so that'll be 2 points to my strength, which I can't do yet. 15 is 1 point less than on my arm. So it's a 14 against Berserker. Where's his sheet? Unarmed is a 10, so it's going to be a good. Huh?
It's
standard.
Standard.
Alright. So standard right now on the punch is only 15 points.
Okay. So some shock to him.
I'm going to say, what was the last thing? Diminish. What was his willpower spirit? There he is. His will is a 12, so that's only a
standard
hit on that. So his spirit is reduced by 2 points.
Alrighty.
So increase my strength by 2, diminish his
Yeah,
spirit by 2.
I think you forgot that you're favored on this roll.
I did forget.
Well, he's punching. He's punching, so you'd have to be favored.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Got to be favored on all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. I was thinking he was just diminishing.
No, it's my fault for throwing that punch in there just for the hell of it. So yeah, 15 was on. Yeah, one of them. Whatever. All right, I'm done.
Okay.
Spoot will make this guy here vulnerable.
Yep.
And Boria is I think, right, going to do some more of the same. Punch this guy, intimidate the guy behind him, and relieve pain.
Okay.
It seems like a good way to go. So a +5 is pretty good. So we have an 18, 20 on the Berserker.
Which is going to be 1 point off outstanding. Here for you.
And yep, that's fine. He only had the regular. I think that's what his S punch is.
Spoot punch.
+3, +2, +3, +4. Yeah, he has standard punch. He has an S punch, a G punch, and an O punch. That's what they are.
Yep,
So,
standard good outstanding.
18. I don't think an 18 is going to take that guy down.
It is not.
So here's this coup de grace.
All right.
About a 20.
That is going to do it. You were 1 point off.
Okay. Well, then it was a good use of the card. The intimidate on this guy here is, what is that, 18?
Which is a good.
So he's going to become very vulnerable because guess who's getting punched on the flurry?
Right.
And then the relieve pain is going to heal all of us for how much? 2 shock. Up to 2 shock. All right. I understand it's lather, rinse, repeat, the same thing that he keeps doing, but it's working, and I don't have to think about it.
Yep, I understand completely. It's also lather, rinse, repeat on flurry actions for you guys, so you can pull a card and take a flurry action.
Hey, Boria is going to step up to this guy. Punch him. Gonna, I guess, relieve pain because some of us still have shock, and you know what? He'll intimidate this guy over here.
Okay.
Spoot's probably going to end up doing a drive-by on one of those guys too. So, right, same numbers there.
Yep.
And I've realized it's just easier, I think, to do it this way because of the thing that you put on him.
Oh!
Okay. So, does anyone have it? Does anyone have the card?
Not have a glory.
I mean,
No.
I don't have it in
I
my
do not.
pool, no.
Well, he's still going to spend an aisle possibility.
Okay.
I got
Yeah, right.
alertness. I don't. But there's. I mean,
So, no modifier. Last roll 57, and this is an up. Got it.
Way to go,
I
Boria.
don't know where he wants the magic to go. I think
We
we
will
tell him
ask.
Facebook and
Yeah.
let him decide. But I
choose.
felt that was the right call.
Yeah, on a natural 57, that is totally correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So it's going to be a 30 to punch,
No.
a 30 for the intimidate, because the
Yeah,
bonus number is
outstanding.
that plus 17. Yeah.
Yeah, outstanding. Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's all outstandings. Oh, Claudia is all outstanding all the time. So the dude who's very vulnerable, 25, should take him out. Oh, look, he dead. He broke
Yep.
neck, went jump into fist. This other guy, he, the one I was intimidating over here. Let's give him this very vulnerable in case somebody else is going to go for him.
And disfavored.
They're back inside. Yeah, and disfavored. And that would heal up to 4 shock for anybody who has any left. Which I only had 1. Chaplain only had 1. I think he's done.
Do you want to go
Feel
ahead
that
and
was pretty. Oh, and since he rolled a 57, he's going to pull the reconnect in case the dice go the other way now.
Which is a valid concern.
I thought so.
Oh, and don't forget Scoot.
Yeah. Spoot is, I said he was going to do a drive-by on that guy.
Left turn, Clyde.
Yep, the maneuver seems to be working pretty well, but will not this time because that's a maneuver against their 10. So Spoot fails to maneuver against him. All right, I will let you guys go before I figure out what to do with Chaplain. But the Chaplain is going to go for these guys again, probably.
Okay.
I'll deal with Berserkers if you guys want to try and focus on the big boys.
What I'm going to do is start up a Phantasm over Trophostar, whatever. That is looking like a Gloomstorm forming above them, as we've seen one of those.
Okay.
And okay, the modifiers should be built in. Let's see if it works. Yes, it did. So that is an 18, which is good. I would like it to be a little bit better. So I'm going to spend one of my Isle possibilities. Carredon, flash roll 15. And I got a 20, which is all I needed to do. So it's outstanding.
Nice.
So this will up the damage if I ever use it for damage. But it looks like right now a Gloomstorm is forming above him.
Okay.
Lucusus is going to walk up to Pierre, slap him on the shoulder, and then cast Diminish on this big guy.
He's under mind control. Don't diminish him yet.
I mean, Diminish just reduces his ability, doesn't? Just in case he tries to break free. Can he break free of it?
He can try.
Well, if you want to weaken his mind even more,
Yeah,
go
that's
for
what
it.
I'm going to do is I'm weaken his mind. All right, so
Diminishing mind is nice.
He's a nice.
It's nice.
that's
I don't know if you need to re-roll that, but you can.
You know what? Why not?
Did you do
Because
2
a
spells?
17 is pretty good.
Yeah,
You
but it's
cast
a
2
seven
spells?
dice. It's a 7 dice roll.
Yeah, he's casting haste as well.
Screw it. There we go.
That's better.
All right, so Pierre, 4 points for the minute. You can ignore for multi-action penalties. And the diminish is going to be -4 to his mind. And of course he can't reroll 20s.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But it also means he starts with a 4, and he has to get to a 20 to break free.
Yeah.
And I forgot to say this, but he's attacking again.
Viking broccoli.
Yeah, I don't know if he would get to attack again in the flurry round.
It's on my action. I
His
offer to
action
attack
is
on my action.
Thank you.
Did you? So you should be taking minuses to control him on your turn, though, as though you're multi-actioning with him.
Shoot, I should have. Yes, you're right. There should have been a -2. So I did not get the outstanding on the Phantasm.
Right. Okay.
Unless you want to just ditch the action for the bad guy and get the outstanding on the Phantasm because you didn't bake it in there.
No, don't worry about it. I am not calculating things the way I should, so I am being bad about that.
Okay. So don't worry about which part. Sorry.
Oh, going back and adding an action or something? Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was confused. So you're going with what you did and getting the outstanding on the result, or
No.
not getting-
I'm going back. It's going to be just a good
Okay.
on my Phantasm.
All right. And I am just stymied back there on Troph Star.
Should also be very vulnerable. Still, or vulnerable.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Who made him vulnerable? Oh, you did. You're,
I did last round, yeah.
okay. Yep, that's right. I gotcha. All right. So 4 higher is 27. Is just a good.
Oh,
Yep. And so I do not wish to take that. Still going to be, so it's 2 wounds, so it's going to take 1 wound. All right. He takes a wound and some shock.
And you did take into consideration he is lower on his spirit, right?
I did.
Okay.
but that doesn't change the amount of shock they take.
No, but it just adjusts his reality.
No. It adjusted my reality. But
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what his reality down to a 13. Okay.
All right. I am going to try to do the same thing to these 4 guys that I did to the other 4.
Yep.
So I take the 3 shock. You know what? I am not going to re-roll that.
Oh.
I think that makes the 4 of them FRO again.
It does, in fact.
I'm useful. I will go ahead and concentrate over here. So he gets the 4 shock. I assume he's going to try to soak that.
Yes, he is.
Oh, you're choking out Troph Star.
Yup.
Yes, he is.
Whose possibility is that?
GMs.
Oh, got it. He's running low, guys.
I don't know that 7 is running low.
He does not take the shock.
Hey, does anyone have a maelstrom? If so, play it so he'll pass out next round.
Why don't we
And
just
then-
dogpile a bunch of damage on him so he'll pass out?
I'm just gonna let you know, Jim. This season initiative is coming in a moment. So we keep the spellbound card and keep flirting.
Oh, I'm going to take these 2 possibilities since you removed the trap card and just put them beside my token.
That's fine. All right. Pierre and Darby.
Yes, I am going to multi-action. I'm going to attack this guy and taunt the main guy.
Okay.
So my melee weapons is 3 higher.
And actually, Rod, you may want to put the season initiative back because it's
Roger
in your
that.
pool at the moment, and
All right.
I have ways of dealing with the pool sometime.
Bending.
But I'm aware it could be coming.
Oh wait, this is our second, so I shouldn't
Correct.
be stymied. Right?
Should not be stymied. So
I'm still gonna spend the. There we go.
cool.
So 20 to taunt, 23 to attack.
23 to attack is definitely outstanding. And on Trophostar, a 23 taunt is a good.
Okay, so let's make him. I'll give him one of each, stymie and vulnerable.
Okay.
And then I think the Berserker 16 against a 10 is 1 wound, and he already had a wound.
Correct.
But Liam, and we're about to go to the villain side. You might as well just make him fully vulnerable.
You mean
He's
stymied?
not already.
Very stymied.
Stymied.
He already had a stymied on him.
He
so
has a stymie.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
I need to
No worries.
hone in.
All right. So yes, that did kill that Berserker. All right. Darby?
Spoot's engaged with that one Berserker, but not the other one, correct?
Spoots kind of flew by, so they're not
So I don't have a chance of hitting Spoot?
correct. You could
I
shoot
shoot
both.
both. Absolutely. Let's shoot them both. Why not? We're going to do better than that. That's a possibility. They're at -2. We'll submit that. The last roll was an 11. Here we go. I think a 23 is going to be sufficient.
It is in fact outstanding.
I like it. So these are AP2. So what do we have? An 8 on them again?
Yep.
Okay, so 2 bonus dice at a toughness 8. That's enough. And 2 more bonus dice at toughness 8 is also enough. Oops.
Yep.
And I got to decrement my ammo.
All right. And Lucucius, you went in the flurry round, right?
Yes, I did. Spells. Spell and punch the first time. 2 spells the second.
All right. Then I finally get to go again with no one really left on the board.
Somebody has a setback.
Almost out of minions there.
I
Biatch.
decline all setbacks at this time.
That means we don't have any.
All right. So I will attempt to break free from my mind control.
Okay.
Nope.
I will attempt to boost from my mind control.
I'm gonna let you, Jim.
Aw, you're so kind.
I just want to make Robert sweat because he got 3 for playing that trap that
Yeah.
killed one line. So
Watch
it's a
him.
super.
Watch
You
him
get
blow
to
this
wait-
up.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Oh, he got close.
Hey, you got much better. Yeah.
He did, in fact, blow it up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it didn't. It did. The die didn't.
No, I had no explosions. I just rolled.
Fair.
Old well.
Yeah.
That would have sucked. GM Glory, I'm out. See you, bitches.
Right.
I've been saying for a while we need some sort of GM glory.
Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah.
I think we ought to just make a house rule on a GM Glory. You get a possibility,
We just
at
get
least one.
That's not a bad idea.
In my home game, I still have the light and dark zones, and they get to flip a zone.
Oh, right.
That's not a bad call either.
Did like the light and dark zones. They were interesting.
Yeah. I wish we knew somebody that we could tell.
It's not that. It's a subsystem.
All right.
Doesn't have to be.
So I am vulnerable at the moment, which means I can run away from him. So Trophistar is going to come after Tanner.
Oh, okay.
He's not a complete idiot.
Here, okay, you brought that with you. I was about to say, let me help you with this stymied.
Right.
Shouldn't it be very stymied?
Did somebody
Well,
else stymie him?
Yeah.
So
didn't,
he was.
didn't Pierre stack on him?
Yeah. It's currently a very stymied, but
Okay.
I have it on the sheet. But he's going to be vulnerable after the end of this. But all right, he is going to come attack you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And I will attempt to boost.
Here you go. I'll match.
Oh no, don't worry about it.
Okay. Someone tells me not to spend my possibility.
You're like,
Yeah.
only a 16.
Wow. That would have been a really good hit.
If.
He just wanted to tease me another way.
I just wanted to tease you for a few moments.
All right.
And since we're sieging initiative,
Yeah, because I realized I couldn't actually because I don't have the right cards on the
Yeah.
table.
Just-
I got a minion. Where's Chaplain? Come here,
We'll
Chaplain.
fix that here in a moment.
I'm here.
Yep. I'm coming after you, Chaplain.
Hey, how's it going?
Unfortunately, I cannot also all-out attack because I don't have that. Because I was already vulnerable, walking away from somebody else. How's it 20 to hit you, sir?
That is a good success.
I think Darby is there to bodyguard.
Darby is here.
But I get to roll damage.
I got a little something for you.
16 points of damage there.
Oh, I'll take 2 shock for that. That's no big deal. Sure.
And staggered.
And
Oh.
stymied, yes.
Stymied?
Stymied, yeah.
Okay.
All right. And
What I'm here for.
What do you know? It's spellbound again.
Who'd have thunk it?
Would you mind if I went first to taunt him?
Yes, go for it.
I look at well, Mr. Trophasta. You should just go on and leave the losing team and join with us. We also have an excellent dental program, and by the looks of it, you could use it. So I'm taunting him.
Well,
Okay.
just speaking his name in Southern drawl is taunt. Trophastal is a taunt well enough.
Bless his
It's the
heart.
Trophastal.
Oh, actually, -2 because I'm still maintaining the
Mind control.
mind
Phantasm.
control. And the Phantasm. Oh, actually, no, that's not a concentration. I got to the
Okay.
minute on that one. But I still have
17
these,
Then.
so I will go on and give you a possibility.
Went up.
And up this. Let's see. And this one I'm putting the modifier in. So that's a 22 against his
Boom.
15.
Which
So
is
it's a good result. So I am making him very stymied again.
Okay.
Because that would have,
You want to
because
make
he's
him
vulnerable now.
I'm
No,
going to
no,
stop.
he became vulnerable when he attacks.
Yep, you can make him very vulnerable and stymied, and when I go, he'll become very stymied.
Okay. I'll do that then. He's
So
very vulnerable and stymied right now.
Okay.
Hey, Mark,
Yeah.
are you going to stay in combat with this guy here, or can I shoot him?
I didn't even notice that I was in combat with that guy. I thought.
Well,
I
you
had killed all of them.
bodyguarded. You bodyguarded. So if you want to,
Oh, is that the guy that I bodyguarded for you?
Yeah, he just walked in.
I could move away and shoot. Is it? Well, I mean, I can move away.
Because if you move away, then I can also move away and try to blast him with some lightning.
Is anybody not in combat with somebody else?
No, everyone's in melee.
So Gunnarson's up here in melee, not in melee, because everyone walked away from him. Otherwise, Trophstar is down here in melee, and then you've got the Berserker next to you in melee.
Yeah, but if I shoot Gunnarsson, he could break out, right?
Sadly not.
Sadly not.
I mean,
does
it's
no
up
one
to
get a
control.
roll? You automatically get out?
No, that's the Nile Empire one.
Right.
Oh,
The
well,
Psionic one.
Fire for effect, Darby. Fire for effect.
I step out away from the
Yep.
guy and become vulnerable, and I'm gonna absolutely unload on that guy.
What do we need to sacrifice?
You know what? I called shot, so I'm -4.
Sure.
Shoot him in the head. Ah, bad guy. Bad guy need to go down.
Although I don't think you're stymied anymore there.
No.
I will take that away. I don't know that I even hit him.
13, in fact, misses.
But you're not out.
I took stymied off, but it didn't register.
No, because you click the possibility button.
Yep.
It's okay. Next time.
Great sadness.
So I'm going to concentrate on Trofaster so he can increase his level of stymied as he takes 4 shock.
I will attempt to soak. I will attempt to boost.
Here you go. Let's cancel the boost. So you can enjoy 4 more shock.
Then he falls. Actually, okay. Nope. He does not fall unconscious yet.
He has something.
No, I literally you have him at max.
All right. And I did say I was going to blast this guy with lightning, so I'm going to take 3 shock to do that because it's conjuration. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And
I know how my dice are. I start soaking when I'm a few times away.
yeah, against the Viking dodge, that looks like
That
an
is outstanding. Yeah.
So he's about to be dead, I think.
Yep. 16 AP for it, yeah.
Yeah. And then I maintain concentration. Oh, I forgot to take a -2 on that, so it was only a 21 to hit him.
Uh-huh.
But
Uh-huh.
barely maintain concentration. Spoot can do a drive-by on, he's already,
A flyby spooting.
yeah, over here against Stalker Gunnarsson. And what is that? He tends to maneuver. Because I don't think, oh, that's Bordia. I gotta roll Spoot. Spoot's maneuver. Nope. Bordia, I think he can take the Intimidate off. Yeah. So it's just going to be the 2 things this time.
Okay.
Because nobody to Intimidate.
Well, I mean, you could attempt to intimidate Trophstar if you really wanted, but...
Yeah, but the number is so stupid high. So
Agreed.
That is actually going to be -2, and an 11 is a miss, and the relieve pain fails, so he'll take 2 shock. There's no point in not taking the shock when he's going to flurry in a second.
Mm-hmm.
That is everyone I am currently controlling, so I'm done.
Yep. Pierre or Lucucius?
Yeah, why is Lucucius up here? This guy's still mind controlled, right?
Yep.
Thought I was here. How did I get here?
I saw the
I don't know.
token move.
Oh, it may have been
a
a
little
me
bit ago.
accidentally.
That's okay.
If I was trying to grab something to move, I accidentally grabbed juice.
No, I moved Lucusus instead of Boria.
Oh, well, you know.
My bad.
It's okay. This is our other dude, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So... let's see. I think I'm just gonna punch him. I ain't gonna do nothing else. Just punch him.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that's not gonna work.
That is currently missing.
Actually, looks according to the thing, it's a standard hit, but it's not gonna matter with 15. With 17 on points. What's his toughness? His toughness is a 13. It'd be a point difference of 4 points.
His melee is normally an 18.
Oh, melee. See it. Okay, I was going by his unarmed. My bad.
Yeah, he is vulnerable, so you're really at a 15, but so you're 3 points off of a standard hit.
That's okay. I've come over here and I missed, so that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
And Pierre?
Yes. I will also gang up on him. I won't do an actual taunt, but I will say throw faster, more like throw slower with all of our field flurries. Let's add to that. Okay.
And he is currently vulnerable. So.
Oh, in here. I got you.
That might not have even.
That is in fact a miss.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Did you not include his vulnerable?
Oh, you put a -2 instead of a +2.
Oh, yeah, I did.
So that's a 19. All right, so that is a 19, which is a hit.
Hit. What does
All right, so 14.
AP2.
Yeah,
AP2.
that's fine. It's not the point. As I told Rod before, I'm at max shock, so I have to deal with that. So I will attempt to soak. And still stymied, yes, and wounded. All right, I do not take your point of shock.
Okay, are we at the end of our first flurry?
Yes, that was the last person for the first round.
Pull the maelstrom!
I am playing this on Trophister and go and just flashing him my winning trademark smile and said, why don't you just become a winner for a change? Switch sides. Join us.
We'll even learn to pronounce your name right.
Can't guarantee that, but
Oh, little romance. You are not throw faster, you are blow faster.
What do you mean? He's not French. Or after 9. It's close, though.
I mean, you
Yeah.
don't want to just be like slammed down into the dirt.
Yeah, he's not going to switch sides like that. I don't think the romance is going to be inappropriate for him.
Okay.
Because-
Okay.
Not going to succumb to your southern charms.
Correct.
Well, because we're in the middle of murdering him.
Yeah.
You know,
Details.
I was trying to give him a way out. It's like, you could be murdered or you could join us.
It's the I don't think you accept my help because I'm only standing around here to kill you. That does put a damper on our relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take that one back. Or actually, I'll probably go in and just play it for the card and the possibility then.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, call.
Not necessarily a good opening line. How you doing? While we kill you.
You can go ahead and draw,
Okay.
and there's your possibility.
And I did, and I did. Okay. So, this round, I am going to try just using persuasion, the same thing of just saying, your legacy here is going to be really bad. You could switch sides and maybe make a name for yourself as a hero instead of as a dipshit. And there's something I'm doing with Gunner.
Wow. I mean,
He
Tanner
sounded
gets
nice until
Tanner
that
gets
end.
friend zoned and instantly goes from being a nice guy to like,
Yeah,
oh,
I'm
it's
giving
just
you
friend.
the possibility back.
Oh,
Kind of thing.
friend zone. Wait a minute. Fuck you very much.
A 19. And I'm telling Stalker Gunnarsson to run away screaming like a little girl.
Okay.
Sorry,
Uh,
Dave.
And
I
and
didn't drop
you're
the
saying
F-bomb
things
on
like, the boss, I'm afraid of the boss.
All right. Do you have a way? Does anybody have an action or a way to boost it by just a couple more points on that persuasion?
you.
As I think a 20 would be.
I mean, I have a willpower.
Not.
Oh, if you have a willpower, here, I will give you this.
Is this opposed, or does he just need to beat a number?
No, I think based on the current situation, I was giving it a number of 20.
Okay.
I've been forgetting to move cards to the pool over here.
Here you go.
He's got all of them.
Okay. All right. At that, then, yes. Stalker will, in fact, run as you have suggested. He will run away.
Run away.
Troph Star, hearing, looking around at all of his
Aren't we still in the flurry?
minions dead.
Second flurry round?
So Trophostar is going to say, basically looking at your persuasion that you've given,
Mhm.
and say, it's just time for you to leave. And he tries to you can tell that he's trying to puff up to look good to the rest of the people around him, which
The
of
ones
course
that
everyone's
remain.
looking. Well, I mean, there's the other clans are still here. There are other clans that were watching. Nobody was involving themselves with this,
Mhm.
other than the people he had. So he's trying to look good to them, but you can kind of tell that from some of the looks around that they already have a poor opinion of him based on the fact that they couldn't, him and his clan with help couldn't defeat you guys, and he's now just kind of trying to save face.
Yeah.
So he will stand down.
And he's still gonna pass out.
Yeah.
Unless say my concentration is broken.
If you want to keep it and make him pass out, that's fine. So he will stand down and start to let you pass.
I'm still willing to shoot him in the face. Saving face.
No. We can accept and just let him pass out so that he'll be embarrassed later.
And we can take him as a ransom.
Well, that is embarrassing.
Or we need a sacrifice.
Yeah, see, I'm with Pierre. Let's
We're not going
sacrifice.
to be sacrificing anybody. That would be evil.
We have to.
No,
What?
he's
I
the
have a
bad guy.
feeling
You can.
it's going to have to be a
we-
willing sacrifice. But we can also just take him as a rent.
Well, I mean, if you mind control him and then his
No,
mouth
no.
says he's a willing sacrifice, doesn't that
I
count?
don't think that.
No.
Sacrifice me.
Please take me. I'm happy
But yes,
to be
we can wrap
sacrificed.
him in chains and take him along with us.
Okay, so you're gonna
Fine.
effectively knock.
I'm telling you, this is a
effectively knock
bad
him out.
idea.
This
We
sounds
chain
actually
to
like a
the
horrible,
hood.
horrible idea. And I don't think we should do that.
Well, I don't want to sacrifice them. I'm not
I'm
talking
pointing
about
at
that.
him with my chunyokai, which could accidentally go off. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Accident.
I mean, I am not looking at for him as a sacrifice.
Accident.
No, I think we'll leave him here.
Okay.
Body count?
His father will probably kill him.
And we don't want to have all the Vikings coming after us because we have more missions to do, you know.
That is true.
If
that
they're
is
smart
true.
Vikings, they won't come after us after what we did here today.
I'm
Don't
going to
they
wave to
come
the
after
people.
us with
It's
one time-
been wonderful meeting all of y'all.
But it's now time for us to exit.
Yes. I'll send you all some t-shirts.
In assorted sizes. First come, first serve.
See, I need a follower who can hand out t-shirts.
You absolutely need a follow. You need a group. No, you need a groupie.
Yeah.
I think you meet the requirements to take the
Oh,
perk.
I do. I just have to get the points now to get it. That's the next perk I want.
Absolutely, that would be hysterical, Robert.
Because I am trying to avoid any of the Realm Runner ones.
Hmm.
Why are
Okay.
you trying
Just
to avoid them?
because it would mean I don't just connect as often.
He should have his weapon be a grenade launcher that sometimes he has the T-shirt. Are you getting a grenade or a T-shirt? You decide.
What size are you? You look like a double XL. Oh damn,
Oops.
that was a grenade.
That was the grenade.
I want to, Robert, when you take an image. You may remember when Tom Hanks was on Saturday Night Live and he does the mic check for Wayne's World.
Oh yes.
That's what I want him to look like. If that works for you, so you
Oh,
can step
that works.
sibilance check 1 2 sibilance.
Okay,
It's 9 o'clock.
so we're
Okay.
leaving Trophistar here.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Okay, and then you guys get on your boat and take off.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, that is fine. Then we can go ahead and drop all your cards to the table. That is the end of this act.
Thought that might be the case.
How many possibilities do you have there, Jim? Since you like to count them.
Hold on.
2, 4.
Yeah, we had
So-
so many flurries, I didn't even get to use mine.
Yeah, we had like really quite good cards.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, the multiple flurry turns in a row is pretty huge.
Yeah. And that card coming up that was like, oh, we can use magic skills and not have to deal with that stupid howl. Ah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while you're doing that, I was thinking about doing spellcaster next, but I already have so many options for powers each time. I don't know if I need 3 more. If I need 3 additional options.
It gets to be a burden. I mean, there are some like telepathy things I almost never use.
Yeah, I have some that. Well, I would do Mage Light just because that's nice to have, but I don't know that we're going to Rorsch anytime soon. Blue Bands of Bastet because hey, that's fun. But I already have like 4 other things that debuff.
All right, you guys want to see them?
See what?
The possibilities.
That's a lot.
That's the act.
Well, you know what you can
okay.
do? Pick them up, and if you pick them all up at once, it'll count. You know, you'll just subtract 5, and you'll know how many are there.
That's true. I just wanted you guys to see the pile.
Yeah.
Pick them up. Let's see a number.
Switch to the right layer.
Shouldn't there be
54.
like a dragon?
49.
Shouldn't there be like a little dragon sleeping on top of that pile of possibilities, or like a big
Yes.
Radon?
You're right. Yes.
Now, here's the problem that you have, Jim.
Now I have to get rid of all these.
Yes, but there is a faster way to do it. You tell us to write down what we have, and you just recall them.
That's fair.
I have 2 aisle and 1 regular.
I have 2 aisle.
So
Yeah, you only need to remember specials.
Oh, but if I recall them, it recalls the ones that are all from the tabletop too, right?
Only if you tell it to.
Okay.
So if you go show, and when you go to recall, you can go recall in player's hands. Or if you want, I can do it. Up to you.
Yeah, if you
Thing
would.
I know.
Are we going to go on break now?
Yeah, so we're gonna go to a new act. I think it's probably a good idea to go on a break because that way you guys can spend XP if you want, and we can get set up. For
I
this
already
round.
did. I bumped my reality
All right,
to
so
3.
ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in about 10 minutes, so don't go too far.
All right, everybody.
All right, 3.
Really, my possibilities aren't good enough for you because you know I'm just going to cancel them.
And we're back.
No, I'll just double the number. Thank you. Clearly, I need a lot more
Well,
possibilities. My end.
let's not be hasty.
Do we also need to draw Cosm cards?
Yes, you will need to draw Cosm cards, but Mark will need to tell me which Cosm he is drawing a Cosm card
A
from.
core Earth.
Well, that's a thing that you're going to have to roll.
It's a fair. Oh, I got to roll it again? Just
Well, it's a
declare
new
it?
act. No. You don't have to roll to get the jersey. You have to roll the reality to not get the Isle possibility.
Do I get cards first? I do have cards. Okay,
You do
let's see
have
what
cards.
cards we have. Well, that's a good one. That's also a good one. I have Glory in hand. I got Drive Offensively back. I'm a happy guy
Why?
because
Because
Darby.
Because he thinks he knows where he's going. He thinks he's going to go drive the tank.
I think I'm going to drive the tank offensively. Oh, damn it. What's my number? What do I got to get to do this again? Like a 15?
I feel like it might be higher than that, but I will go confirm.
It might be 18. Yeah, it's an 18.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, dogs. Are we live, Dan?
Yes,
We are.
Okay, then I won't say what I was getting ready to say because
It's after 9.
it smells like one of the dogs just took a giant crap somewhere in the room. I got to go look for that.
Probably doggy farts.
It's probably the puppy. Do I want to put something on that? How badly do I want? Because a 12 is really only going to get me to a 12. And then I got a 3, which gets me to a 15. I got to get a 16 or better, which means I need a 14. And those are only ups. I will take what I get this time.
Okay. I will deal it to you.
Now I'm going to go see if one of the dogs just dropped a deuce.
Dan, I'll do the same for you. I'll go ahead and steal your...
Sorry, Chaplain. What were
Cosm
you
card.
after? Thank you. All right. I see it now. There you go. Excellent.
Did we just master plan and inspire?
That's as soon as Jim is ready. That's what Board used to do.
What? I see some cards on there from last act. I need to delete those real quick. Hold on.
And don't worry, here, Jim. I'm even going to help you.
You said I need to draw a Cosm, right?
Hey, to pass them out. I just left them all there for you. I got your back today.
Well, here, those go to Borya. So just push
After all, if we spend 49 in an act, right? We need to stock up early.
And you are getting further along in the book, so clearly the number needs to escalate every act, right? Is that how it's supposed to work?
I don't know.
Yes.
Have you been tracking how many you've done each time, or?
No, I definitely sent numbers on some previous things that you guys sent. I don't think 49 has been the number yet. That's for sure.
All right, I got mine.
Okay.
And I gave Borya his too.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, on Act 7, we should shoot for 100 possibilities.
All right. So,
And I'm going to go ahead and put this card out here on the table for you, Jim.
all right. Everybody's got their 2 then, right? So
Yes.
2 next to Pierre and Darby don't need to be there. Yes.
I already got mine. So.
Oh, that's fine.
Thank you, Mark.
It's not my fault if this happens.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm just telling you guys now, it's not my fault, okay?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
You mean that you drew the trap card this time?
No,
No, that was not. No, I have nothing to do with that. I got nothing to do with that. I'm talking about
Claiming
a
that
whole
right
different
now.
boning.
Oh, I do have a play immediately, though. Law of Darkness,
All right.
which none of us have darkness perks,
Nope.
do we?
Not yet.
So the card just gets used up and it's gone.
Because you don't have a light perk, right?
I do not have either now.
Jim,
I would love a light perk.
I'm going to put that down for you so you can prepare.
Oh, I should tell you I have. Look
Okay.
what I found. But
This is the easiest way to fix my deck.
And I'll put this down also so that you can just prepare.
We get the trap again. 2 traps. Oh, Wandering Monster. Might as well be a trap.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Play the Wandering Monster when we get back to shore.
What's the matter? Chaplain doesn't swim?
Not when there's big giant things with tentacles in the water, not so well.
Who said there were big giant things with tentacles in the water?
That's
mean
what
like
we
the ones
faced
that
when we
spread
got it out here.
and I just put this one down beside my token, so you know.
Yep, I gotcha.
Doesn't mean it's still here.
Oh, okay.
No,
And
it's
just because
twin,
it's after 9 doesn't mean Jim's going to put us into hentai.
it's twin brother, which is possibility rated and not going to be mind controlled. Is there?
And has eyes only for Tanner.
It got XP and bought a new perk.
That's right. It survived a monster encounter with heroes and said, "Oh, I'm not doing that again."
Indeed. All
That's
right.
funny.
So you guys get back on the boat. So where would you tell, or where do you want to go from there? Because where you have left to go, you know that there is, from what you were told, there is another back in Bristol. There is you were told of a seeker that was in Bristol that could take you to the land between where one of the other items is. And the last item, the wizard was unable to tell you exactly where it was. He noticed it was some sort of contraption, though, that was part of his vision. And he recognized that contraption to be from a dwarf who is in London. And I have a name for you.
I like going to Aylward. I like going to London.
So,
I'm just happy not to be looking upskirt on this giant anymore. Eventually.
right. Yeah, and so
It's a
the Archmage.
Scottish giant.
And of course, technically, you still have the other captain that you had promised to return as well. So, did not wish to what you wanted to do about that as well.
Where's my note on that? London.
Well, unless Chaplin remembers that we have him and that we said to turn him in, it's not really a big deal to me.
I had assumed that while we're all busy, I'd already let the bugger go.
So we got the acorn, right?
No.
And,
No, we did.
So you
We
went
did not.
after.
well,
the
but
acorn.
we've done the acorn. We've done the acorn.
Correct. You've done the acorn.
We done Isle of Man and the Death Skull.
Yep.
The focus of death.
All right. And the time geode located in the land between is what we need the seeker for.
Correct.
And we've done as Emerald Isle in Dublin and the Fey Court
Yes.
with green teeth.
London and Bristol left.
And we need a Paragon Foci of the Carredon Heart outside of Isle, some kind of contraption from the Dwarven inventor Aylward somewhere in London.
Yep.
And so your question is, are we going to the land
London's,
between or London?
I'd
Yes.
say London is on the way. And then I just go
Yes.
to London, circle around the island, come up.
Yeah, but see, the land between doesn't matter where we go in. London can always be on the way out.
Hey, you're not wrong.
So which one do we want to do first? Which one do we think is better to do first, and which one do we think is better to do last? Because I think, if we wanted to find an entrance into the land between, we could just go find this Seeker Weirwind guy.
The Seeker is in
Bristol.
Bristol, is not Weirwind. Aylward is the inventor who has the contraption who was last seen in London.
And we're with the Archmage at Oxford.
Right. And
Ona.
the Seeker is Una.
Una in Bristol. Okay.
Yes.
Well, so was London closer or Bristol closer?
Yes.
You are so far north in Oslo right now that close is not really a relative.
Well, is there a Seeker that we could find somewhere near us to go into the land between and then try and find a way out and arrive in London that way?
Do you know any Seekers?
No.
And have call the banners or connection.
A connection? Or
Is
famous?
anybody famous?
Tanner.
Well, I'm famous, but we already have the name of the Seeker. Do we need to find another one?
No, probably not.
I don't know.
No.
Do we know whether we need to that Seeker or just
Of
a
course we
Seeker?
Well, we
I mean,
were pointed to this Seeker, and since it was a trusted person, I'm using
that's
that
fair.
term loosely. It's probably best that we use this Una.
That's fair. Okay, so I go back to my original question. Do we want the time geode first, or do we want the Paragon Foci first?
Well, I mean, we'll have to go around the island to get to Bristol. London is on the east side, facing Oslo. I mean, truthfully, we could go over to Bristol and then just make our way over to London, either by sea or road. Probably best to start with Bristol.
All right, so I think we're going to vote it out of committee and say Bristol.
Sure.
Yeah.
Unless somebody's got a compelling reason not to.
I don't know that anyone does.
I don't think anybody does. So Bristol it is.
All right. Bristol it is.
So where's my tank?
Well, it's
Did you
in
buy a
Bristol.
tank?
No. He's talking about the tank that
Gave
was
me a
loaned.
tank.
That was loaned
Oh.
to you, the red cap.
Yeah, I'm sure that's transformed by now.
No, it hasn't. I love it too much for it to transform. Long distance contradictions. Those kinds of relationships work.
So
Especially
you
when
have
it's
a
heavily armored.
long-distance relationship with the tank.
Especially when it's heavily armored, yes sir. And has a big bore weapon on it.
Sounds like a proper
I'll say
redneck
For you, it's the bigger the tank, the more the long distance is acceptable.
Well, no, I mean the agile and dexterous tanks are just as interesting. We can make it dirtier if you want to.
Yeah. Oh, I know we can. I do not doubt our ability in that. All right. Hey, Rod. He just has.
By the way, London was about half the distance to Bristol.
We already voted it out of committee. Why are you trying to put it back in committee?
I'm not putting it back in committee. That was probably short of when we started. There was
Orya just starts with 3 possibilities, right?
Who?
Orya. He just starts with 3, right?
Yeah.
Didn't everybody pick up 2?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean not? Is he a prodigy or something? Yeah.
No,
He's not.
I pushed 2 over, and then it looks like Rod added 2 as well. So
Oh, you pushed 2 over? 1,
it's okay. I got it
2,
fixed.
3, 4, 5. You should have 5. I didn't see 2 earlier.
6. Yeah, and that's fine. I already moved them to where they need to go.
How are you sitting on 7?
That's what I'm saying.
How am I sitting on 7?
Oh,
He's
you
a
start
prop.
with like a freaking just a pant load, don't you?
I start with 5, yes.
Yeah,
Because
okay, that's right. Chaplin's your guy that you gamed to just okay.
Well,
Yeah.
if I'm going to cancel what people are doing, I need the extras.
No. That was not an admonishment. I was like, cheers.
If I could figure out a way to get another one, I would.
Yes, I believe you.
All right, so you guys begin sailing towards Bristol, and for now, I'm just going to move you to there so I can get rid of this and this. Sorry, I am background stuffing, getting rid of pages that I don't need to see anymore.
Yay! No more upskirt giant. Oh, no more upskirt regimented giant.
I do the same thing in everything I run, Jim.
Oh yeah, it's just there's
5 million pages. It's like, I gotta get these out of here. They're annoying the crap out of me.
yeah, they're in my way to move.
Yep.
Oh, see, I just put them in order and just moved left to right, top to bottom.
I do the same. But when I open it up, I want my eyes to find things right away, so I archive them like Jim is doing.
All right, so you guys get so you go to Bristol, and would
Where's?
you like to?
Did you pick up Oria's stuff?
Yeah, I moved it somewhere else.
Okay.
It's gonna be on the page I'm gonna put you on. You're fine.
We're temporarily on the cover. You'll be
Correct. Because it's also, do you guys wish to requisition anything in Bristol?
fine. Yes.
Let me get the book.
Know what I want, but I'm keeping the jersey. So, which I really haven't used much. I should fix that.
I assumed you just kept forgetting.
No, I have not. I have used it to keep until this act. I've kept a Korath Cosm card. I didn't this act. Does that use both of my requisitions or just one to keep the jersey?
Just one.
Excellent. I want law rockets. Nobody believes me when we need law rockets.
Yeah, that's a lot of rocket seeing as we'll be going underground. Maybe contraindicated.
I am getting some damn law rockets, sir, because there are large caves underground with very hungry beasts.
I am prepared to negate as needed, Jim.
What's that mean? Does that mean you rolled poorly?
Well, you can go ahead and roll your requisition for a law rocket, sir.
I'm paging. There we go. I just need a 12. And then I gotta go open Darby again. For some reason I closed him up because I was stupid. And bollocks.
We seem to be all out of the law rockets.
You're
right
not
now.
out of them. I can see a case of them right there.
We're maintaining
don't
this
wanna
tank
give
in the
me
background. We just, we haven't been able to. Our munitions have been kind of back on the back order. There's this
I'll
big
take
tank.
that. I'll take that.
Well-
That'll work.
You don't have to write paperwork.
You're not helping. Will you?
I wasn't trying to.
He just looks around me. Next.
And I would like to help, but I've been banned from getting any tanks.
Sir Darby, I heard you wanted to
Yeah.
go to the land between. I don't think a tank goes to the land between well.
He called me Sir Darby. Nice. I'm
Well,
a
you
sir
are
now.
beta.
No,
some people like to give you a
Sir
little more
Darby.
respect.
Let me go change my
Some
name real quick.
Well,
gotta fix
not
that.
everyone's going to.
No, it's done.
Don't worry, Darby. When you ask them to call you sir, I'll let them know you haven't been knighted yet. I don't mind helping you out, trying to keep you honest.
No, he just did. He said I'm Sir Darby.
He doesn't have the authority to make you a sir. He's just-
Clearly he does. He won't give me law rockets. He's got authority. He did. I walk away.
Yeah, that's correct. He has the authority to give you
I'm
a law.
ignoring the chaplain.
Of course. But the chaplain's not.
No, I know.
Okay.
No, the chaplain's probably going for another 20 minutes.
Yes. Explaining heraldry and how I don't have
Was that
one and this,
before or
that, and
after
the other. And
we
all the
realized
things.
that
And he'll probably call him Darby, not a knight.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying there, Dan?
I said he probably went 20 minutes after, not realizing that Darby had already left.
Oh, yeah.
And by Boria, I mean the chaplain.
Okay.
It's with the, what is it I need for? Potion of protection is.
You know, I could do that, couldn't I?
I don't think I have what I need to do it. Not job impossible. Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
I will go for a potion of healing. Healing potion.
You know what? Yeah. I will go for a law rocket too, just because.
Because it's only hilarious when he gives you one and not.
Yes.
Yeah, it will be with. But it ain't gonna happen.
You know what? For my second requisition,
Look, Lucusus, trade me a card.
I can try to help someone who's not asking for a law rocket.
Pierre, that does get you the potion of healing.
What did you
There.
just give me?
Get you a law rocket.
Oh, really? All right, there it is.
I am willing to let Locusus run me down because they gave him one and me not one, just so the party has a law rocket. Damn Skippy.
Okay. Kind of like
I don't know who your friend Skippy is, but I'm not sure you need to be condemning him. So,
Lucullus, he walks over, hands it to you, and he kind of looks over at Darby, as he hands you the law rocket.
I kind of look both ways, giving him.
Appreciate that. And I'll walk over straight to Darby and toss it to him.
Aww.
I don't have the means to shoot this thing.
I do. And when he does, I look at the quartermaster and I kind of smile and walk away.
Because as a player, I honestly didn't think I was going to get high enough to get it.
Yep. All right. So everyone else is done? All right.
Yep.
I have a second requisition. I guess I'll try the healing potion on the second one. Nope, 4 off. Well, I have the healing, so it's fine.
Rod, I want
Yes.
you to consider something.
What's
and I want
that?
your answer whenever you get. If Darby was going to take spellcaster, what one skill should he take? Do you think?
Yeah, I'll start looking at that and
Arcane Investigator.
is that from the Torg Retreat?
Yeah, Torg Retreat.
I'll have that one. I might have a PDF of it somewhere, but I don't think I have that.
What is that?
Strangely gives you Fireball, but I think you have to have Spellcaster for it if you get it.
Okay. No, I don't want to derail the game with that question because
No. I'm going to type responses to you.
Okay, that'll work. Yeah, because I've got a point in every skill except for faith and all the spellcasters, and I think 1 or 2 other trained only stuff.
Okay. So you guys get to Bristol, and get your last requisitions in, and I assume at that point start asking around for Una, or looking for her.
Yeah.
So she's not too difficult to find. You guys had pretty good directions, to kind of where she hangs out, because Aylward was able to kind of give you, where she likes to go. She is a young woman. She does have some ritual scars and tattoos. I don't think you didn't. As I go look, do we? There she is. So there is Una.
I have to reload.
Okay, buddy. What the hell was that?
For some reason, every time you send a sheet, Jim, it pops up on my screen with the stat blocks open, and everything is blank except for the attributes, which are all 8.
Weird.
Yes,
I've seen that before. It's very annoying.
It is, but I'm worried that if I touch anything, it'll screw anything up.
Uh-huh.
Pointedly minimizing everything and just I'll just minimize it and put it over here so I don't screw anything up for Jim. But I'm going to now reload as a player, which means I can't help you with anything. Roll 20 now.
Okay.
Seems safer.
So you kind of explain to her what you're looking for. And, she kind of is laughing a little bit about the danger, and she tells you, it's like, she offers to help you as soon as you tell her that this is for Lady Ardenay and for Tolwyn. She basically kind of perks up a bit and easily smiles a bit and says, this could be fun. Let us go. I can definitely show you around down there. And so she she says, are we all ready?
I believe
No.
Why, yes. I think we are.
Somebody said nope.
Do we have light for us to see down there?
I'm able to cast light.
Same here.
Do we have a light that's not dependent on the chaplain being conscious?
Oh, you little faith.
Yes.
Well, let me see.
Well, she has.
I do have a flashlight on.
Una pulls out her everlit lantern. She says, "You don't have one of these."
No.
Don't need it.
I thought about asking, but we got a little bit busy.
What is that? And where do I buy one? That's pretty cool.
Well, you have to find the right vendor and find the right guy. No person, sometimes you just get lucky.
Okay, so Streetwise is Darby's dump stat. Darby is not finding a street vendor. But if someone else could find one for Darby, Darby would buy one if he has enough money for one. How much does one cost?
Here, I'll see if I can help you find somebody who might be able to help.
Well, before
no, just don't know this area.
How much does one cost, Jim?
An everlit lantern. I am getting there.
Which makes me a 4K. I'm already a 4K because I got a Chun Yokai.
You're from Core Earth. You want to be a 4-case.
Mark wants to be a 4K.
An everlit lamp is only 100.
Dude. Yes. Somebody find me a lamp.
Would find it.
It is a 10, actually.
Oh, it's a 10. Okay.
However,
I gave up my card to Dan.
As the famous, you wouldn't need to roll because 10s are.
Oh, that's
10.
true.
So you can find a guy.
I give you 100.
I find a guy and I get him an everlit lantern.
Is it Magic 13?
It is.
I can go look it up.
Yeah, it's page 56 of the Isle book. So.
Darby's very pleased with himself because he's got a magic item.
Yep. All right. At that, Ona heads off. She knows a trail that leads into the hills nearby. There, by a rushing brook, is a gap between the stones that opens into a cave. Bats chitter overhead in the high recesses of the ceiling. Before long, you are descending into the darkness, the light of the world fading behind you. Lit by Una's torch, the cavern comes to life before you. Dripping stalactites, pools of cold water, massive boulders. A path of sorts leads through the branching tunnels, leading down slopes, along tricky ledges, and among other otherworldly cave formations, until even at last that fades away, and you realize you're far underground with no knowledge of how to get back. The air is chill and damp. There is no sound but the occasional drip of water falling into hidden pools. That is kind of what it looks like.
Including the people running away.
Well,
I was
no,
about to ask
but
that too,
you know.
Wait for it.
So you guys are going for quite a long time. The cave tunnel grows even more narrow as you go. I mean, you used to kind of were able, when you first started to walk, like two abreast. Now it started to get to where it's only one person. And now it becomes to basically be this very narrow, almost like crack that you're having to kind of like turn sideways and squeeze and move through. And so you're literally inside this. I mean, you're pulling off backpacks and kind of like carrying it next to you and going sideways, and you're moving very slowly. In fact, while you're in here, because you're so tight in there, you're basically going to be stymied and vulnerable.
Don't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. It's not like anything's going to attack us in here, right?
No, never. I mean, so you're working your way through, and at that point, I will like for a find test from everybody.
Yeah, Locutus
Okay.
hasn't seen very many movies, has he?
No, that was yeah. That was called sarcasm. 18 for Lucusus.
Does it does having a 20 matter?
I will let you know in a second. I didn't want to do it that way, but all right.
Now we know what you got.
Now you know what I got. Sort of.
Because I have a supporter that could help. I believe it's Locutus. Yes, Locutus. He was the one that had the highest score.
Huh. Go figure, Rod.
What?
You
What are
broke
you doing?
it?
No, it looks like we are missing a threat on the act for this act.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you need the transmogrify thing in? If you whisper what it is, I'll do that.
No, he doesn't have it, so it does. So not appearing in this mod. We just get his loot.
You keep saying it. Don't think. Are they in more than one act?
I don't think so.
Thought they were. Yeah, because it's telling me there's already something here. So it would overwrite whatever work you've done on it if I import it.
Okay. Well, let me look and see if I can find it. Unless it's just...
Could be under the Stalkers folder. You could also on the top bar do a search for it and see what folder it pops into.
Mm-hmm.
Switching over to see if I can find it. Yeah, it's in the IL and PCs folder, Jim.
Yeah,
It just didn't get dragged up.
yes, there it is. Okay. All right. And apparently that search is very case sensitive too.
Yeah.
All right. So Dan, you are going to see these things coming, so there is not going to be a surprise round.
What was it? Spiders?
But Shoots and impulse.
Creepy crawlies unbound.
No, I didn't bring your tokens over here, did I? Oops. Let's fix that. Brought all the cards over. There we go. And of course it doubled it. Because I hit it twice. All right.
Quick question. Who was it that had been requisitioning the tech tights for me?
Oh, that's me.
Okay. And you only requisitioned one thing this time, right?
No, I have requisitioned none. So the
Okay.
Techites and the
Good.
He's streetwised.
Yeah.
Oh,
I streetwise for somebody.
Yeah.
just make sure that we're not cheaters.
Nope.
Yes, I have not been making requisition just so that we can keep those two items.
Yeah, because he's keeping that and he's keeping the gift of service.
Oh, you had both. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Not so fast. Characters disengage from melee with this foe suffer 2 shock and become very vulnerable. Villains will go first, and then the heroes will be fatigued.
Oh shoot! I need to reset my Roll20. So.
Okay.
I will become very vulnerable, so we are not fatigued.
Okay. All right. Well, they go first, so they're just going to come at one every person.
Darby, since I'm very vulnerable, I might need your help.
I got your back. Ooh,
And actually,
these aren't terribly bad. It just looks scary.
and there is Una for you as well. Might be important to know where she is and how she's doing sometimes. You know, just she's your way out. All right. Chaplain,
No, thank you.
how's a 2?
Well, I think they're probably not unskilled, but the 0 would still miss.
Well, that is.
This is a very old one, old
Yes.
sheet.
That's
So
true.
we know who to blame for that.
Yeah, we do. Ooh, I got bounced. I got thrown out.
All right. All right. I will account for the vulnerables now. Darby. I'm just gonna ignore that. Tanner.
Yes, you have hit me. That is a. Well, hold on. That is an outstanding on me.
Darby's preparing to redirect that one.
That is only 1 wound and shock.
You gonna take it, or do you want me to redirect it?
You know, for now, I will go on and take it
Okay.
and try to soak it. If I can't fully soak it, then so be it. I soak 1 wound. Yay!
Congrats.
Okay.
Can you share the Nibicrit again? The card I had got bounced out and I can't find it. Thank you.
All right. That was Tanner. All right. Lucucius. 13.
It's against my unarmed. It's a miss.
Okay. Pierre. That's a 15.
It hits me unless you consider I can still use my dancing shield.
In here, no. It's just too cramped and it's cracked.
Yep, that's what I figured. So it's a standard hit.
All right. That is going to be 9 points of damage.
Okay. I laugh. Hit that tickled.
That's way below your toughness, right?
Yes.
All right. And then last but not least is on Boria, which is only a 10. I think that's a miss.
10 is a miss.
All right.
Because he has a shield ring instead of a dancing shield.
Yes. All right. Then you guys can go.
Do we just take fatigue?
No.
No. Tanner
Got rid of it.
Okay.
Actually,
That's why
technically-
you had the outstanding.
right. But you were vulnerable in the crack, so you couldn't have become very vulnerable to power the. Now that I
You're
think about it.
right. I forgot that we were supposed to be vulnerable.
So we do take the fatigue.
I'm going to go ahead and give you a possibility. Well,
Yeah,
actually,
just-
fatigue this early is okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's not that
Yeah.
big.
Yeah,
Yes. Be
so we
15.
are fatigued. And are we still very vulnerable vulnerable from being in this area, or
Yeah, because the crack is just so like you're not all the way
here.
through the crack area, right?
Mhm.
So
Which
It's
means
just-
we can't withdraw from combat because that would make us very vulnerable. So
Yeah,
we're
and you're
stuck
also
in-
and you're also stymied while in here too.
Oh,
Vulnerable and stymied. This sucks. We don't want to be here.
Well, I am going to try to bullet the one in front of me. Because I kind of had this feeling that I'm not going to be able to control the minds of a weird spidery creature. I might be able to. Don't know. But that is a 12 result.
It's a standard.
So it takes 13 points of damage.
And that was the one on you.
Yes.
It takes a wound.
Ooh.
and survives apparently.
And survives.
I probably can't blast the one that's in front of me with lightning, can I?
I don't know that that ends well for any of us.
It's only, I mean, it's in melee with me.
Yeah, because I mean, you can fire into melee. Like you're, it's not
Yeah.
a pistol. It's not a rifle. So yeah.
All right. So then I will take lightning is what? Conjuration. So I can take it's a lot of shock. I'll take it. Because I don't want this guy next to me anymore. So I'm gonna take a bunch of shock and blast him. 22 against his dodge.
Is outstanding.
24 AP4 is hopefully goodbye.
It is in fact goodbye.
Oh, I'm afraid the spider startled me. You know, I don't think the child I don't think he likes spiders. And he
Doesn't now.
takes the burn it all down. Yes, yeah, he takes the burn it down to the ground to get rid of them.
You went all Emperor Palpatine on him.
I don't like these things. All right, I'm all done. Boria, I guess Spoot can try to
Maneuver him.
no, Spoot's gonna try like use some electricity and try to scare it with intimidate. So a 10, I think, will make it vulnerable.
Yes, and actually, Spoot is not stymied and vulnerable. He is
Oh.
either stymied or vulnerable. One of the two. Just FYI.
Probably vulnerable then. So that would make it a 12. Does that make a difference?
On an intimidate, that is a good. You are 4
Excellent.
points off from.
It can be very vulnerable. And Boria is going to punch the very vulnerable one that's right in front of him. Hopefully an 18 gets there.
An 18 is a
Looks like it's only a
1 point off outstanding.
yeah. Well, it'll have to do 17 damage.
That's a wound shock.
Yeah.
Yep. 1 point off.
Yep, I saw. I was mathing with you. All right.
All right. That was Boria.
I'll stab at the one on me.
Ew.
I'll just let it miss this time.
Yeah, there's just way too much stone in here. You can't flourish properly with that nice rapier.
I'll reach out and punch the one with me. So it's an 18 to his. So it's a 9 unarmed. So that's 1 point.
It's going to be a 16 because you're stymied, but you should be stymied. So it is still a good,
Yeah.
but
so
3 points off outstanding.
Roll that 1BD. We'll see what happens. This is toughness. Toughness is only an 8.
Yep.
2 wounds, 4 shock.
I guess it doesn't really matter for you, does it, Lucucius? Just kill him.
Boom.
Darby?
They look a little squishy, so he reaches into his shoulder holster, pulls out his 1911, shoves it into the face of the spider, takes a pull on the trigger.
That is a standard at the moment.
Yeah. That's all right. We'll stick with the standard.
Okay. What's its standard damage?
What's his toughness?
8.
8.
Right. It takes it. And you guys can pull cards. Make haste! Heroes gain extra 5 meters of movement. And go first. Attack and intimidate is the approved.
Well, if that's the case.
Well, I'm going to try yet again to bullet this thing in front of me.
Yeah.
That's a 20. So,
Pew!
That is outstanding.
yeah. Okay. So that's a 20 against them. The one I hit before.
Mm-hmm.
That was wounded.
Yep. That is going to take it out.
Perfect.
All right, that was Tanner.
I have a precision card, so I will be shooting at multiple targets when my turn comes around. So if you can put wounds on yours if you haven't already and can't take them out, I can help you out.
I got mine taken care of.
Yep, there's 3 left.
I'll stab at mine.
There's just way too much stone here. Clearly,
I'll
Jared.
let it miss.
You just can't properly move right. Give me just a second, guys.
You did not study Capapella. You don't know how to deal with a leaper. Which it is. Oh, come on. Nothing? Really? Wow.
Yep, nothing. You got nothing.
Hmm.
Sorry about that. Work calling because apparently kids are acting up and being stupid. Go figure. All right. So that was Tanner and that was Pierre. All right. Next.
Shoot. I don't see anything that Lakeisha can actually do other than just keep on moving.
Okay.
There are
Well,
none
you
of
know
them that
what?
are not in melee, right?
Correct.
I will, we'll say this one. I'll try to do a, what's available attack and intimidate?
Attack, intimidate. Yep.
I'll try and intimidate. Hey, it worked. He can be vulnerable.
Okay.
I'll draw a card.
All right, so chaplain or Boria.
Yeah, is there one of them I'm able to walk to and melee? I'm assuming we're kind of in line, so I can either go back and help Darby or go forward and help Pierre. But
Yeah.
looks like Tanner and Lacusis might be in the way in either case if this was our marching order. So if I can get back here to help Darby, I will.
Yeah, I think you can squeeze by, and
Okay.
Tanner can basically let you squeeze by.
But there's no all-out attack here.
Since
Correct,
Tanner's
because you're
technically
already
my-
vulnerable while you're in.
Yeah, all right, it was worth asking. All right, I will. That is going to go ahead. And what act is this?
This is Act 4.
All right, I will go ahead and use my Realm Runner.
Burn it early. Smoke them if you got them.
The second time I've used it.
Yep.
I've been
Yep.
so far surprisingly lucky with the dice.
Yeah, he has not disconnected very often. It's unfortunately been.
Let's see how
Robert does.
Boria does
Me.
on his guy. Oh yeah, we're waiting on Robert.
Yeah, I mean we're definitely like 3 hours into tonight, and he still hasn't
Yep.
disconnected once.
Exactly.
The streak is on the line, Robert.
All right, you want Boria to go ahead and go?
Yeah, Darby's waiting to see what he's going to have to
Okay.
take pot shots at.
Yeah, or you will. I guess Spoot will do the same thing, right? Scare him.
Okay.
Nope, I don't think a 7's going to get there. Oh no, he's supposed to be vulnerable, not stymied. A 9 doesn't get there though. On the Nibicrid for
An intimidate? It does actually.
Oh, okay. So Boria then will +2. 12, I think, is a hit, but it's only 14 damage.
Yeah, but that might do it.
Yeah. So, all right.
That was to the wounded one.
Yep, I know. So some
Okay.
things happen. So Boria punches that one, and punches it so hard that basically punches through it and knocks some boulders above his head that fall down upon his head for 4 wounds.
4 wounds. Well, that's a lot. He'll try to soak those. So here you go, Jim.
Oh, was this the trap?
It is.
Yeah.
I can't always do it at the end.
So you're going to take 3 of them.
Wow.
But we
It'd
will
be
get
a
that.
that'd be a crappy night if you had to tell Mike and Facebook, "Hey, we got you a magic item," but then you died.
Yeah. Seeing every time someone is not here, you all like to fake it. I'm okay with it actually happening.
Wow. As long as it's not you.
Well, yes, obviously.
But we will continue the streak of whoever plays the trap card doesn't have the trap fall on them.
Yeah, I see that. All right, I'm going to take a shot at both of them, and I will give you the precision card that I pooled so that I do not hit Pierre.
Okay. Do you want me to roll the dice and see if you need to use the precision card?
Sure, go ahead.
All right.
I would like high to be good for me. Assuming that was what you were going to ask me.
It is. All right. So on the random chance, do you want high or low?
High.
Okay. So I will need the precision card
It's on the table.
because the first number I rolled for myself was a 1.
Nice, nice. All right, so I'm -2 for the 2 targets. Fortunately, nothing in there is a 4 case. But this needs to happen, so I'll give you that. It's a real good thing I wasn't using the Chunyokai on that roll.
Mm-hmm.
There's 15 for you.
So that's good on both.
Okay. So I will do mine first. Bonus die, target stuff. This is 8, correct?
Yes.
He's done.
Yes, he is.
And then we will go get Pierre's.
He's
I
done.
think he's done too.
Actually, not. His had not.
Oh, that's
been
right. He hadn't hit it yet. Damn
Correct.
it. Sorry, Pierre. I should have. If I'd have reversed them, we'd all been okay.
It's fine.
All right, but you guys can pull cards, and I will get one last attack on Pierre, I think. This one. I'm thinking. Actually, that should be a 10, but 10 is still going to miss you, Pierre.
Correct.
Okay. All right, and I will just flip the next card to see what it is. All right. And think with me getting a setback, you guys, we can call this because only one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the trap, the rock that fell, hit one of them. So,
Another rock falls and boom, hits it on the head. It's done. Boom.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh.
oh, poor little spider creatures.
Indeed. All right. And believe it or not, you're able to, once the spider creatures have been defeated, you push through the last little bit of it and kind of end up going into a much more open cave area where you were able to get out of the tight, cramped area crack and begin walking normally again. And at that, we will be changing scenes.
Can we do maybe a healing attempt on
Oh, yeah.
Borea before we
Yes.
get to the healing
You want to try
or to
spell or
the
do you
scene
want to try
change?
mundane first?
Huh?
So you want to do a spell for it or mundane first?
Well, I mean, I'll give first aid a shot.
Well, I've got medicine I'm trained in.
I will help. I will aid you. I will try. Well, I don't have medicine. I'm not trained in medicine, but I'm trained in first aid. Can I help him with first aid? Or in first aid, the more applicable?
Well, first aid would be more applicable to fix his wounds.
Medicine
Medicine
would
would
be
But
if
you're
he was
trained. You're
poisoned
trained
or-
in it.
I am. I got a 9.
Then I'll sit. Oh, okay.
You got a higher?
I've got a 13, but I'm untrained.
Oh, that's all right. We just need to get him well, he's got 3, so I'll help you. You got 4 points better than me.
All right, let's roll the assist first.
Yeah. I do not help you.
All right. I do not help either.
You want a second chance?
We're out of combat, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll play mine. Nope.
Oh. Oh, you want another one?
I mean, do we want to waste it? Do we not anybody can do healing spells?
Well, as I say, Chaplain
I
can try.
can heal.
That's what I'm
Sorry.
saying. We don't want to waste the cards. We might need that second chance. later.
Okay, heal him. Fix
Let's
it.
do. Yeah. This is healing the 3 wounds on Boria.
Yes.
We hope so.
So that will heal 2 of them. And of course, all his shock.
Yep.
Does he think? Do we think we'll have a little bit of time for him to wait here for a while, for like an hour, so he can mend?
I got an Eilish healing potion he can take.
Sure, but a mend would be better.
I mean, Una will tell you that, once you get out of the crack and away from where these spider things were, that,
All right, that's the plan.
resting here or resting somewhere else is, just as dangerous or whatever. So you can attempt to sit here and see if something comes or doesn't. If you wanted to try to mend for an hour.
Okay, let's spend an hour.
All
At
right.
least if we move first, we won't be stymied and vulnerable when we
Yeah.
get attacked.
Oh
I
yeah, no,
agree.
we're absolutely in the bigger cavern.
Yeah. I assumed that you were not attempting to heal and everything while you were still stuck in the middle of that crack. So
Yeah.
Not trying to heal in Satan's crack.
Can't move the scale.
all right. You can go ahead and roll rod form if you are
Okay.
mending.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, waiting. I know.
waiting for you to say to give the go ahead. That will work. So, well, that worked out. Party netted 2 possibilities, right? Turned one of Boria's into somebody else. Although is Boria short? I know he spent 1 to soak, but he only soaked once, and he should have had 5, and now he's down to 3.
I see 4.
I see 4 as well.
Oh, there it is. It was it was under that card.
Yep.
So I didn't. Yeah. Okay. I'll line it up
All
like
right.
that.
And then you guys can, like I said, we will go ahead and do the card thing at that time because you were going to change seats.
And we're back to 5, right?
You are
Oh.
at.
Boria forgot to draw one when he attacked. Oh.
Oh,
That
did I
worked
get
out.
one for the last? I get it. The last card with proved action was attack, right?
It was.
You want to shrink that for me, Jim? Thank you.
I'm fine with what I have.
4. And he'll get 1 more. Oh, Boria will totally keep that. That'll need to get shrunk as well.
I'm dropping the glory.
I have one. And I'm situationally aware, so.
I think I'm going to get rid of this coup de grace.
I drew the wrong stupid thing.
Surprised none of you want a coup de grace.
Are you discarding the romance, or are you playing it for a card and a possibility?
I'm going to let Boria hold on to it so that Mike can play it himself.
Okay.
So Jim, I accidentally took from the wrong deck.
Oh, okay.
that's what that's for.
Check. All right. So these cards are all going away. And gone. And then any recycles?
I recycle. Anyone here situationally aware?
Yes.
All right, let me know when you're done recycling.
Well, I got a second wind, and I'm deciding whether or not I want to recycle that or not.
I would love that card.
You want that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll trade you for whatever it is you're getting ready to give me. What did you give me? Oh, yeah. That'll work.
I figured you'd be okay with it.
Yep.
Yeah, second wind lets me use the law of enchantment even more.
Yep. I think we're
I
done.
took some shock in that fight.
Okay.
Oh, I should take that off because fight over. And we're not vulnerable and stymied anymore.
All right. I will. Sorry. This is Mike's. So you want me to make it small again too for the romance?
Please.
There you go.
I mean,
There
why
you go.
isn't he romancing Una already?
Because I want Mike to be able to play it because I know how much he enjoys doing that.
Okay.
I think he'd be okay with one of us playing it on his behalf, but knowing how he enjoys doing it, I think.
It's true. Although he might actually end up missing, depending.
He's going to miss 2
It's
weeks,
2 weeks,
but I
yeah.
mean, we're at the end of the session almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was deciding. I was looking ahead what was coming.
Well, I mean, he could also say, yeah, I'm not going to get to play it, so you guys play it. You know? In which case, then we'll trade it to someone who's going to be here, and they can play it. And by someone, probably the chaplain, since you guys made me play him.
But you won't be here next week.
No, he'll be here next week. He
Alright.
was mistaken his dates.
Sure, that's a good point, Mark. There you go. You can have this coup de grace. And since that's what you've said, I will thank Una. The chaplain will thank Una. Very much. Say, I find that you're very skilled. There. That better? Now we can say we've screwed him over. I'll message him. Hey, I traded you for the romance. Thanks. I'm gonna do that right now.
Feel the love.
Yep.
All right. I am going to go ahead. Let's say, I think based on what's coming next, maybe we want to put a pause here.
That sounds good.
Pick it up next week.
Sounds good to me.
That sounds good.
Okie dokie.
So you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to know what happens next, come join us next Wednesday on some more TORGanized play. And if you can't wait till Wednesday to get your tabletop fix, come join us tomorrow night for some Mutants and Masterminds. Friday night for some Consequences of Chaos. And as of right now, Rebel Yell is now done with its first season, so we will not be back here Sunday with our other crew. But stay tuned, there is something in the works for both shows. So with that,
Hey, Dan,
yes.
is there a night that you... What night are you not doing a game? Are you not streaming? I know you don't Tuesday. Is that the only night you don't?
Right now, I only stream Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Oh, okay.
The other group was streaming on Sundays, but they're done right now. But as far as what night of the week have I not been playing games, I think I had Monday night off.
No.
Yeah, 'cause, you know,
I know you're not streaming on Tuesday because I'm running for it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And Dan, this means we could bring Vampire back on Sunday.
So, ladies and gentlemen, remember we are all in this adventure called